So, Crystal, you went to a travel conference and somehow found a way to come home with enough travel gear to outfit the entire family?
Oh, yeah, and it's funny too because I came home, I learned all this great stuff about travel, and then I go ahead and get lost. That's the first thing I do when I get home. So that's fun.
We
Stay tuned to hear more about that one.
Crystal Hammond went to a travel conference. We're gonna get the good, the bad, the ugly. We're also going to get apparently the good, the bad, the ugly about Crystal's travel experience. That's all coming up today on Stacking Adventures. Crystal,
Let's get this show on the road. I actually said it.
welcome back to the Stacking Adventure Show. Every person has a travel adventure in them. And today we get to hear Crystal Hammond's crystal travel adventure. Holy words come out. Who knows? It's the end of the day, and I'm so happy to be here. But I'm happy to be here because Crystal Hammond's here.
Oh, and I'm happy to see you, Joe. I can't believe Joe ran out of words. You must have said a lot of words today to run out of words.
I'm sitting right here.
That's
I'm
never
sitting right
happened.
here. But I am happy that you're going to tell us a story because we heard last episode my Charleston getting ready for Charleston story. So now we're going to hear not just getting ready for TravelCon, but the rest of it. So let's dive in. Where do you want to start? How did you get there? Where was it? How'd you get there?
All
What
right.
happened?
There we go. So travel why am I going? TravelCon. So it's not a conference for travelers. It's a conference for travel content creators.
Us.
And yes, it's us. And it started off like well, this is the first year that they merged with TGA, which is a bigger parent company that focuses on travel gear. So we gear is what we talk about. You guys know that. So that was a really cool marriage for me, just because those are two things that I like. But it was in Salt Lake City, Utah. Last year, it was in Tucson, Arizona. That was my first time in Tucson. And no surprise, this is my first time in Utah, Salt Lake City, which was cool. One of the funny things when we landed, we noticed that siren going off on many people's phones. Apparently, we flew over the fire. Like, there've been a lot of fires in Salt Lake
Mm.
City, so we had no idea what that was, but planning the trip, it was at the convention center in Salt Lake City, and they did a very good job of communication before of, "Here's the conference, and here are different hotels. You can get the rate at any of these hotels." And I thought that was super, super cool. So I used actually, did I? So in order to get the hotel discount, you do have to book through their link.
Their thing, yeah.
But it was really cheap. It was 150 a night. I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express, so I didn't get to use points for that, but I earned a lot of points for that stay, which was really cool. I know a lot of other people that I talked to, they opted out of getting the rate just to use points, and they stayed a little further away, but it was still cool. And then the flight, I
Wait a minute.
am
Were
a
those
n
were those
yeah.
Holiday Inn is IHG.
Yeah, yep,
Yes.
yes.
So you were able to accumulate some more IHG points. You already collect IHG.
Yes, I do. So that was because when we went to New York for the 5
That's
borough
right.
bike ride, I stayed at an IHG property also. So that was really
Gotcha.
cool that it had that option. And I did like that about the convention center, that there were so many hotels, kinda like almost a circle around the convention center. So that made it much easier to pick a place that, went along with your points and your point strategy if you have one.
Is it right
Also
downtown?
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's right in the heart of downtown. They even have a light rail, that comes through the city and takes you around. It actually came goes right to the airport. That's how I got to and from the airport too, and I didn't even know I coulda rode for free because I wasn't going into the heart of downtown, which was only 2 more stops away. But that was another trick, is to make sure you talk to the locals, because they did tell us, "Here are the different ways to get here, and this is how much a cab or Uber should cost," but they also said, "Hey, do the light rail or your other options." But the flight, I'm officially at the age where I prefer nonstop flights, so I don't mind paying
What do you
more.
mean at the age? There's an age limit? I didn't know
I
this. Is
I don't
this
I think there is, where you comfort, like, I've worked long enough so that I'm no longer interested in 10-hour layover just to save $100 because that's gonna cost me more in the long run than having a direct flight. So I had to fly out of the further away airport, which means I had to pay $80 in parking, which also means I had to get up extra early also. But it paid off because I was the second person in line to enter the new Chase Lounge at the airport, and
Oh,
that lounge was beautiful. The only reason I
this
didn't.
is it Dulles?
Yes, Dulles has a specific, it's the Etihad Chase Lounge, so it's a specific Chase Lounge for the Chase, well, the Priority Pass, because you know that comes with the card.
Sure.
It's just for us. It was beautiful, clean, all the food, and of course, my travel hack that I always say, all the snacks for the plane ride. I didn't have to wait for them to come with their snack cart because I had plenty of snacks that I snagged from the airport lounge. And that was a good, I just wish I coulda had mimosas because 6 a.m., that was kind of a little early for mimosas, but
It's never too
hey.
early for Crystal Hayman to have a mimosa. I mean, it has orange
That's
juice in it. Why would you go with the orange juice? Come on.
Well, there's another reason why, because I was knew that I was coming straight into a brewery tour, so I wanted to
Oh,
save some liver space or work for later,
wait a minute.
but that
You
was.
the second your boots on the ground, you're going right to a brewery tour.
Oh, yeah, that's how you plan a trip, because when I was planning the trip also, so they had a bunch of different choices for the tours. Let me pull that up. They had different, so fam trips. So what a thing that they do with TravelCon is a fam trip. I don't know, I
I don't
forgot
know what
what it
fam means.
stood for. FAM. What does that stand for? What does it mean? That's a good question. What does it mean? I don't know what it means. Wait, pause. I just had the page up and now I lost it. Because there were different a couple of different options to sign up for a fam. All right, free fam tour. So the FAMs, let's see. So the different, okay, start over. Three, two, one. So a fam tour is an opportunity to FAMTOUR, meaning familiarization
Ah,
tour. Okay.
familiarization. Gotcha.
Familiarization. All right, so 3, 2, 1. So there are FAM trips. So it stands for familiarization trip. So it's usually a discounted or free excursion that's organized by either like a tourism board or somewhere. And apparently they offer them not just at conferences. I've heard that too. So TravelCon offered them, and they had really lucrative options. So they had the downtown food tour. They had a Great Salt Lake and Antelope Island tour. They had a
Oh,
dark sky experience. They had snowbird excursions, Park City excursion. They had the Red Butte Gardens experience. I don't know how to pronounce that. Brewery tour. So they had a lot of different tour options, but you had to be strategic because the conference was officially Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the fam trips happened Monday, Friday, or Saturday. So you
oh
had to
boy.
either decide.
You're gonna be there a long time.
Exactly. So I chose to come in on Monday and do the 2 that were offered on Monday instead of staying over the weekend because I didn't wanna stay in Salt Lake City, Utah over the weekend. And plus that for me, it just worked better with my schedule and I didn't have to pay higher hotel rates because what I noticed when we went to New York was that the price of the hotel was almost 3 times as expensive on a Saturday versus the other days of the week. So I picked the food tour, which was really good, and the brewery tour. So the Holiday Inn, it was cool. It had a refrigerator and a microwave, which are 2 other bonus things for snacks and free breakfast. So those 3 things really made my food budget carry me throughout the trip.
Well, wait a minute. Holiday Inn Express has free breakfast in the lobby, you're saying?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
every morning I would go down, read the actual paper, and I would eat my breakfast, and then I would take a second breakfast upstairs on a tray. I would take one to go to eat for later, which,
That is so Crystal
hey,
Hammond.
it worked out so well. So the first day, as soon as I get in, I go on the brewery tour. And what I liked about the brewery tour was it was a small group. It was only 9 of us, and it really wasn't about the beer, it was about the stories because we visited 3 different local breweries, and we got to know the story behind why each person decided to start their own brewery. The first one, it was really cute because we actually toured, like, we learned about the hops and all that other stuff of the whole their beer making process, what
Sure.
made them different, what made them better, and they even had a brand new tasting room and bar set up, and Utah had a weird rule where you could only which I guess is protecting you, you can only have 2 drinks in front of you at a time.
Okay.
Even if they were like, little tasters, so we had to drink those
Oh, so you
before we
can't
could
do
get
like the little
more.
flight. You can't do
No,
like the 5 beer flight in front of you.
no
That's
flights.
interesting that they don't have because the flight, if you add all those things together, it's like 1
It's
beer.
1, right,
Yeah.
so that was interesting, but it
Yeah,
was
that
still
is
cute,
weird.
and
I
then
do have
on
to
t
say though, it is kind of weird because Salt Lake City, of course, known for a lot of people who are Mormon, right? I've got a
Mhm,
lot of really cool Mormon friends. None of them drink, Crystal. So
right.
what's funny is we've got this huge Mormon population, and yet having been to Salt Lake City twice myself,
Uh-huh.
some of the best microbrews I've ever been to
Oh,
were in Salt Lake City. They're great.
I think that's what makes them great because 'cause they're so small, and they are I guess they're heavily regulated because the second place that we went to, they actually had alcohol that they freshly made. They had whiskey. I actually ended up buying a chocolate liqueur from them that they make also. It was delicious, and even the
Just
3rd
at
place,
just the
cutest
next day to go with your mimosa.
no. I didn't
Anyway.
open it because I wanted to keep it, and because they packed it too in airport friendly
Oh, cool.
container. It had, like, all air all around it.
Oh,
But the
great.
3rd place, it was more ciders, and what I liked about the couple that owned it, they were super cute. They gave us a lot of backstories about Utah and why the rules are the way they are and the regulations, how they work with them, and they also they create a seasonal cider every season, and I'm telling you, I'm not a beer person, even though I signed up for a brewery tour,
That's what
but
I was just
I
thinking.
loved those beers. I really did. I loved them. They were
So
great.
you
They
can't
were
y
just that.
you can't move to Salt Lake City because you'll have a drinking problem.
Maybe, maybe not. Just that one place, but then I'd have a money problem
S
too.
That's true. Ciders are so sweet though for me. Like, I have one and then I get a bellyache.
I think
So,
that's why.
yeah, it's a little
Maybe they're
which
girly.
well, which isn't a bad thing, but, you don't wanna have a ton. But the brewery tour sounds like a lot of fun. So you went to these 3 breweries. Do you know the names? If anybody's going to Salt Lake?
I will get the names to you guys in our show notes because
Awesome.
I don't have them all on top of my head. I should have.
All right. And then we went on a food tour.
Yes. Well,
So
we
wait a minute.
got
So you drink on a empty stomach and then you go get food.
Yes.
This might have
Yes,
been
yes,
backwards, Hammond.
yes. No, and it's funny because, we well, the cure for my empty stomach was that as soon as we got back, it was just in time for the opening party. So the opening party, they give you when you walk in, drum roll, a drink ticket. So I get my free drink first
Drinks after
before
your drinks.
Yes, a drink after my still before food, but they had really great food. I do like that a lot of conference centers now, they give you local food. So we had brisket sandwiches, tacos, we had crab dip, which I usually don't have crab outside of the DC area, but that was some of the best crab dip I've had in my life also. So
Yeah.
that was good stuff before we did the food tour, which was a walking tour this time. And we went to 3 savory places and 1 sweet place on our walking tour, which was also really cool because the food tour quick version of the food tour was that we had tamales. So there's a lot of Mexican infusion in Salt Lake City, which is what I was totally not expecting.
Not me
The,
either.
yeah, we went to a Thai place which also had amazing food. Again, something I totally was not expecting in Salt Lake City. And then we went to an Indian place, which
Wow.
that food was so good. All the food was good, but that was probably my favorite food, and the presentation was also amazing because we all got really little mini they were like some clay, some were like, silver little platters of different like the chicken tikka masala, they had a vegetarian dish, and then they had a lamb dish, and of course, we had naan and rice, and we just feasted, and the owner talked about their nonprofit. It was really cool to meet all the owners of each place, and they talked about what they were passionate about, and we got to support these really great local businesses. And then the last stop was an ice cream place, and they had a big anti-dairy sign, so all the ice creams were actually non-dairy, which can cater to pretty much anyone these days. And there was like a lemon
Was
poppy
it good though?
version. It
I
was
just think
crazy good. It
you
was
take the
good.
dairy out of ice cream. I'm like, you just took the ice
Ah.
cream out of ice cream.
No, you didn't. I can't wait to prove you wrong.
It
But yeah, it was really, really, and so by this time, I'm stuffed and I'm sleepy because it was supposed to be 3 hours, and of course, it went way past the 3 hours. We were supposed to be done at 8, and we were done more close, I guess, like 8:30, 8:45. So by that time, it was Utah time translated into my time. It was like
oh,
11
yeah.
PM, and I had been up since 4.
Oh,
Getting
yeah,
to
be
the faraway
11:30 your time.
airport. Yeah, so that
11:30,
was a
11:45, yeah.
very long trip, but that's and TravelCon technically hadn't even started yet, so that was just the beginning of the fun for TravelCon.
That's exciting because and I found the same when I went to Salt Lake was just surprises around every corner. The
Yes.
city continually surprised me. It's funny because I remember a quote from Cheryl, which was, "I don't know what I was expecting, but this wasn't it."
Yeah,
And
same,
and by
same.
the way, and not in a bad way, in a really good way, in a
Mhm.
really, really good way. It was so interesting, so much history, so much good food, surprising microbreweries. Yeah, you got all that on day 1?
Right, and another good part about it was I probably would've stayed Friday, Saturday to do the other fam trips had I known how awesome it would be, because I honestly did not expect I didn't know what to expect in Utah. And I was like,
Sure.
"Who would wanna spend a weekend in Utah?" Me, I've been convinced, I've been turned now, because I definitely regret not, staying for those other trips, but
But you know what
next
though, Crystal? I think that this is before we move on, I think that this also though is the way that I like to travel. The first time I go somewhere, I wanna stay a
Mhm.
little bit less time, so I have the opportunity to bail if it does suck, because I can always come back. And I've also
That's
found
true.
that when I don't stay long enough and I wanna come back, like, I really, really, really get excited about going back then, versus times when, I've been in a city and I'm there 24 hours too long. I'm like, "Oh,
Ugh.
I did not need to stay another 20." When we were in Venice, the last day was good. We extended by a day. It was good, but I really wanted to go home. I really was like, "Why
Ah.
did I extend one more day in this city that's so hard to get around in?" And frankly, I've already, I've seen really what I wanna see, and now I'm just kinda hanging out in Venice on
Right.
the canals, which don't get me
Ah,
wrong, there's not a bad
beautiful.
place. Yeah, not a bad place to hang out. All right. So, next day.
Next day, TravelCon officially starts. So they had, master classes, they had an opening ceremony, they had this really cool thing called the TravelCon. They had adventure games. So
Adventure games,
this is a
like,
highlight.
what is a travel adventure game? Is this like Olympic style luggage carrying?
Yes, it is actually. So they
Really?
had like I think it was almost yeah, it was almost like 8 different games. So you walk in there, the first game is a speed packing event where you they have a track you have to it's not super long. So they have an empty bag and a whole bunch of clothes, shoes, books on a table. So you have to hurry up and pack it and it has to be 6 pounds. So you pack some stuff, you run it to the scale and if it's 6 pounds, you win in whatever time. Otherwise, you keep going back and forth to either add stuff or take away
Well, it
till
has to
it's
be
6 pounds.
exactly 6 pounds.
Yes, it has to be 6 pounds. Give or take, I think they gave you a half pound.
Are
So
you a
that was
fast
a funny
packer?
one. I can pack pretty fast because I usually procrastinate. I am not like a low and slow, cook it long, have the bag down a week before, have it open, before you go and add things as you need them. Nope. Night before, I'm cramming to pack. So that helped. Then they had, currency trivia, which I terribly sucked at currency trivia because they asked different questions about currencies and that kinda stuff. Didn't know that. Then the next game was a soccer game, so they had a whole bunch of pieces of luggage staggered, set up, and you had to kick a soccer ball through into the net. Totally sucked at that one. They also had shuffleboard, so they had 3 different sizes of luggage, and you had to roll it, and wherever it stopped, that's what the number of points you got, so, of course, the further you got it to roll and stop, the more points you got, but if it went outside of the cones, you got 0 points. So that was a fun one because those wheels go rogue, just like the shopping cart when you get the wrong shopping cart.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Sometimes
you
that
get the
one
sticky
wheel
wheel or the yeah, janky wheel. This is funny because this sounds like games that would just be fun, like, at a, at a birthday party for adults.
Oh, yes, it would. Like, it was definitely catered to big kids because we were all acting like big kids inside of there. Because then they had travel trivia. They had a golf game that was set up, like, the golf balls had Velcro on 4 sides, and there was a big bullseye. So you had to hit the golf ball onto the bullseye and whatever points you that it stuck to. So that was another funny one that I totally sucked at. And then they had one where you had to guess the weight of the bags. So you had to carry them and see, guess how much they weighed. And
Oh,
the
after you
last
got to carry it.
well, you got to just yeah, and so
Yeah.
you had no idea, and there were 5 different bags, and you got to pick the 3 you wanted to you think you know what they weighed, and of course, they were different sizes. The biggest bag, I think it was empty, but that was a funny one, and the last game was one where, it was a speed packing game where they had cones. The first station was a big piece of luggage, and you had to get everything on the table into that one luggage. Then you had to roll it to the station number 2 through cones to pack a backpack, and then you had to roll those 2 to the 3rd station where there was a smaller roller bag, and you had to pack everything in that one, and then you had to run through the cones to the last station, and that was the fastest person that win.
It's like those
And
little
for
nesting
that
dolls, but you're
oh,
nesting
yeah.
luggage and luggage and yeah.
So that was another cute one, and the prizes they had I known the prizes were I maybe would have taken it more seriously because some of the games, it was like a $1,500 prize for per game, and so you got a chance to play each game once per day for the 3 days, and they took your highest score from each day to figure
That's
out who
That's
won.
wild. It does sound like the Olympics where, you get 2 runs and you get your score from day 1, your score from day
Yeah.
2, add them together or whatever the case may be. We are gonna hear about there were lots of inventors here, apparently.
Yes.
Uh, I'm gonna ask Crystal about a great invention, ask her about her favorite night, also ask her, some rapid fire, the coolest things that
Ooh.
she learned when we come right back. All right, Crystal, there were inventors at this.
Yes. So that was the thing. So TGA that, bought out TravelCon, the Travel Goods Association, in essence, there were 2 conferences happening unbeknownst to us at the same time. So they had these 2 sessions. One of the test sessions where they had a pitch room where brands were pitching to creators to help them sell their product, almost like Shark Tank. And then there was an opposite where there was a pitch room where creators were pitching to brands where they were saying, "Hey, I can get, people to buy your product. Here's my rate, and here are the videos I'll create, things like that. The engagement, which you can expect. I've created a campaign for you." And they also had most of the inventors, they had their products on display in the expo hall. So it was really cool to see all of the things that people have thought of that are related to travel. There are some really cool products like waterproof cases for like your phones and your iPads, all your digital devices, packing stuff. There were, cloths for, like, being in the outdoors that are biodegradable in case you have to go to the bathroom or you're step in mud. But the bags, the neck pillows, oh my goodness, there were so many neck pillows. You would
That's
think a
Did
neck
they find one that
pillow
doesn't suck?
I don't know, I'm still trying them. I walked away with 4 neck pillows.
I've never found a neck pillow that actually works.
Really? Interesting. I so far so good on the neck pillows, but my favorite,
Have you have
well,
you
I'll
really be have
say
you really ever been able to sleep with one of those neck pillows?
Well, it is interesting. I wore the one, but I didn't go to sleep. I don't know if it was like a security blanket or I didn't know I didn't because, you look like you have one of those injury what were those neck braces? I wore, I guess, like a neck brace the whole
Just
flight in
just so you get the
case
sympathy vote from the people around you?
just in case I decided to go to sleep, but
Well, you
I
said you
actually
you kinda like the middle
yeah,
seat, so you just sleep on the person's shoulder next to you, like the stranger
for
next
some
to your
reason I
shoulder.
got aisles, right, just to lean in. But it wasn't too bad with all the inventors. They were there, though. They weren't really there to connect with creators. They were there to connect with brands so that they could get carried in their
Sure.
store. Because there are a lot of big stores. Eagle Creek is a big store out there. Black Diamond is another big store out there. They actually provided the swag bags, Eagle Creek, for us, and that was another big, highlight of the conference was Eagle Creek giving us a bag full of bags. Libby, we were laughing because by the end of the 2nd day, we had a bet on how many bags I had acquired, and she guessed 12. I think I guessed 8, but it was 10. We were
Some
both right in the middle.
some people become cat ladies. Crystal
Oh,
becomes
no.
bag
That's so
collector lady.
bad.
She
So
becomes
much baggage. Well, it goes with the travel. It goes with travel.
Yeah, when Crystal talks about having baggage, she means literally, right? Alright, what's the coolest thing you learned?
So the coolest thing I learned was about TikTok Go. Apparently, TikTok has a program where you can showcase different places, and if someone books through your link, you can actually earn commission. I thought that was really cool, something I did not know. Another thing was pitching to brands too.
Well, wait a minute, because let's talk about this because most people listening aren't creators, and I think you know what's wild is that I watch a lot of travel content on TikTok. We do not have you and I don't have a TikTok channel, but I also think that if I see a creator that, let's say, went through a travel company and I really like that travel company or I like the thing that they used, like buying it right on the scene, if I knew that it was reliable, if I knew that it was a place where they'd actually send it. And I think I bought a couple things through TikTok Shop over the years. So I think I'd be pretty comfortable buying stuff through TikTok.
And a lot of times it's bigger brands behind it too, because Expedia is one of the companies that sponsor the links. So these are like companies that you're getting a good deal because some people would be reluctant because no, I want to use my points or I want to make sure I can get. But if you're booking through in the TikTok Go and it's an Expedia link, then you're right there. You're getting your points or your savings that you could expect had you gone outside to do it, because 'cause I've done that too, where I'm like, "I don't wanna book through this link. Let me go see if I can find it on my own."
Right. Yeah, that
Right,
was my
that's
first thought.
another
I'm like,
thing.
"How would I do that?" And I actually think I would do that. I mean, and by do that, I mean I would actually click the link. But that was my first question when you were
Yeah,
talking about that buying stuff. Would I actually click that?
I
I think
don't
I would.
know.
Yeah.
And another part, some of the coolest things, so they had a retail fam trip too, and the retail fam trip came with a $200 gift card to a local store. So I picked Cotopaxi, which was a store that their bags are so freaking cool. They are really cool. So I ended up buying like a crossbody bag. I bought a little coin purse kind of bag. I bought a really nice bag that holds your water bottle and it's a wallet also. And it's not too big and bulky because I have one that's super big and bulky. And I also bought some sports bras too. Like I didn't even know they sold a bag store that it had apparel also. So that was another really cool part of the trip was that was a 3rd fam. It was a retail one, and Crystal loves to shop. Yes, she does. So that made it even better.
This trip gets better all the time.
It does. It kept getting better. And then we haven't talked about the parties. There were 2, night parties. Black Rock sponsored one of our parties, and a cool thing about that party was they came to pick us up, and on the big bus, and when we got there, they had swag bags for us, and the swag bags were for really useful things. They were 2 carabiners and a headlamp, and that's something perfect for me because I ride my bike, and you can
Okay, but wait
have
a minute. BlackRock is an investment company. Why is BlackRock Uh, why is
Am I
BlackRock
saying wait, let me make sure it's not BlackRock then. It is
sponsoring
what's their name? Black Diamond. It's Black
Black Diamond?
is it
There
Black
you go.
Diamond?
It's
Not
like Black Diamond's
BlackRock.
different than
I was
BlackRock.
thinking
Yes.
let me make sure
Now
it
I
is
got
Black
you.
Diamond.
Now we're in trouble.
Aha. Yes, Black Diamond VIP after party. Alright, so it was Black Diamond, not BlackRock.
Yes. Which is an equipment company,
Yes.
generally men's apparel and outdoor clothing, but Black Diamond, sure.
So we went on their campgrounds, well, their company grounds, and a cool thing about that was, we walk in, they hand us cool swag bags for actual useful stuff because I will use my headlight for biking, obviously. And I also got to they don't call it rock climbing, it's boulder climbing. So I went boulder climbing right before having drinks and food. And
I'm glad you got that order right.
yes,
Could you
yes. So
imagine
I did
having
a
drinks
little
and food and then boulder climbing?
no, yeah, they wouldn't let you. That was one thing too. They said if you plan on boulder climbing, you need to do that first because they
Go
will not
first.
let you up there after
Yeah.
drinks. And so then after that, I go to the after party. And another thing never expected in Utah, Salt Lake City, the best tacos I've had in my life. And I hate that I stopped at 5. Who stops at 5 tacos? I only ate 5 so that's the biggest regret. I only ate 5 tacos at the Black Diamond party. Like, I'm still upset about it, and I didn't waste time on sweets. No calories were wasted on sweets. They were just for tacos, and it was a really good DJ also, so we had a good time on the dance floor, but I wish I had more tacos.
Time for some rapid fire before we say goodbye.
Alright.
Was that your favorite food?
Yes, 100% favorite food.
Favorite swag?
Favorite swag would be my water bottle
Purse thingy.
holder purse thingy, but there was another, company that had bags coolest bag I've ever seen. So it was a roller bag, but the whole top half, like the dome shape, it had 4 horizontal zippers so that you can pack 4 different types of things. She created it because her kids each kid had a pocket, but that whole top dome part zipped off so you can slide it either under your seat or in the overhead so that you can definitely make sure you had room for it. So that was a really cool thing that I saw also.
Was that maybe the most useful thing as well?
That would be yes, yes, that's definitely most useful.
What was the most surprising thing? Was it microbreweries in, the Mormons' backyard?
I would say it was the culture in Salt Lake City, Utah, because at one of the gift shops I went to, one of the T-shirts said "All Wives Matter." And so, I was and another in the hotel. The Wi-Fi names was, "God loves you," like, there are a few names like that, but then there were other names that were saying temptation, like, stuff like that. So, it was a lot more progressive than I thought because I really was expecting, like, a bubble, a boring bubble, but the culture, like, it was a lot of fun, a lot of food, a lot of diversity, and I was 100% not expecting that, and, I mean, I rode the light rail more than once while I was there, and I enjoyed Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's a beautiful city. It's a clean city. It's very, very clean.
Yeah. Mhm.
Most, uh, surprising thing, was it well, I
Yeah.
think I think we already went over that. Would you go again?
Yes, because I wanna see the outdoors. I didn't get to go do any of the outdoor stuff, but it was hot also. I did like that it was dry heat, so the 90 plus degree weather, my hair did not triplicate in size because there was no humidity. So it was beautiful. Like, I had brought a hat planning on, having some bad hair days, but my hair was intact the whole time walking in 90 plus degree weather. Thank you, Utah, for the low humidity. Me and my hair, thank you.
I hate it when my hair, like, triples out. Oh my god. You can almost see it. It's horrible.
Ah.
Uh, I feel the same because when we went to Salt Lake City, it was the beginning of a trip where we were actually headed to Great Basin National Park. getting
Mhm.
out there in the area where you had that dark night sky and you could see so much
Oh,
of the sky. It was just beautiful, incredible. So after that, all that, how did this make you a better traveler?
this made me a better traveler. That's a very good question, first of all. This made me a better traveler just because when you're traveling, especially to a new place, it really forces you to tap into some resources. Resources that and I love telling the story about, Dorothy where she looks down at her shoes and she's like, "Dude, you had the power all along." Like when you use your resource, you never know what you knew. Always go with your instincts, and I ended up meeting so many people, so many friends who gave so many tips. One of the sessions that I attended was about, when you're going somewhere solo, how do I get good footage of myself? When I'm my own videographer and, that kind of stuff. So it was just cool to just get different perspectives of how different people are creating, how different people are traveling, and being able to share it with everybody else. I'm glad I could share all these fun stories with you guys.
That's going to do it for today. I would love to hear your take on Salt Lake City or on Utah. What are some places that you like? Of course, we've got some of our best national parks in Utah as well, some of
Yeah,
which I'll be traveling to hopefully in the near future, which should be
me
really
too.
cool. What if people want to take part and share their story, Crystal, where do they go?
I want you to head to stackingadventures.com/my story, and you can record up to 5 minutes of your story telling us about Utah and what I missed. And we will come back and I'll give you the names of the breweries and the names that we went to for the food tour too. I mean, and the adventure games, like I didn't win any prizes. I know you guys are surprised. I did not win any prizes, but I
We're
did
di- we're,
win.
we're we're not surprised. We're disappointed.
I won new friends. That's the prize I walked away with.
Oh, so heartwarming. That's going to do it for today. She is Crystal Hammond.
And I'm Joe, so I'll see hi. He's Joe.
We'll see you next time. Keep on traveling.